Here's the Pioneers. This is mjkk613.14. Unofficial Pi through my eyes. So mod Pioneer English. mjkk61. I want to talk tonight about a lot of other videos that are out. Yeah. And there are a lot out on Pi. There really are. And what I'm getting, none of them are posted unofficial. And they are. They are all unofficial. Unless it has Core Team stamp on it and it comes off the Pi app, all these videos are unofficial. Every one of them. And what I got to noticing, there were 2 Pi videos that came up while I was kind of surfing through YouTube or just scrolling through YouTube or whatever. Pi doesn't come up. For me, it doesn't come up as often, but it comes up. And there were 2. There were 2 videos that came out that were on Pi. There's more than that, but these 2 showed up in my window. And one was by what was his name? James Mayo, and the other by Wes Spencer. And they both put out excellent content. They're professional. Their videos look good, and they all have they both have followings, and they've been in the space. They know the space. Okay. But what I come to notice, or what I come to listen to when I watch them, is it's opinion. This is my opinion. It's just our opinion. It should be stated as such for Pi. Because as much as I like and respect Wes's content, what he's putting out, he's not totally correct for Pi. Neither is James. A few other videos that I've seen miss the mark for Pi. Now, they hit the mark for crypto and projects that have come before Pi, but they missed the mark for Pi. Yeah, in a few areas. I know what the white paper says about burning coin at the start of phase 3. But what people seem not to realize is there is no Pi. Pi is being emulated. It means there is no coin. There is no Pi that we, as far as crypto goes, there is no Pi that we can physically have. There is no Pi that we can physically attach a value to. It's a number from a counter in a ledger secured by Core Team. Now, the way I understand it, the way I understand crypto and blockchain, or any project and its blockchain, and the currency that is associated with it, does not come into existence until the Genesis block of the official blockchain of that project starts, is when the coin exists. Whether it's pre-minted, mined on the spot, whatever. Okay? Now, I do understand I think it was Wes. I do understand his concern about pre-minted. I mean, Stellar, XRP, some of the others, they're kind of running off of that same protocol. Pre-mint every coin that is in that project on that Genesis block. Every coin that'll ever exist in that project is written in the Genesis block. Well, if Core hasn't written that Genesis block, there is no Pi to exist. So, technically there is no pie to burn. So, if that doesn't throw a kink into what's being put out, in my eyes, if they're not hitting the mark here, then what means they hit the mark on the rest of it? And I'm going by what I know and understand. I haven't been in this. I mean, I've been in this space a couple of years. I've been in pie a couple of years. Okay. Yes, I don't. I'm not involved in all the other cryptos because right now, for me, it's not worth my time. It's not worth my time to deal with the aggravation that goes with them. Now I did when I first was in pie. I did have a couple of them going, but the more I come to understand pie and was watching what was going on, okay, when XYO started, you had to have a bridge to do this, and you had to have to do this, that, and they started adding components, hardware components, so you could get XYO faster. No, I stopped. No. Okay. When I joined the coin, it was free. I even got the clicker free. And it wasn't a few months later, they came out with a bridge. And then you had to get another bridge. And you had to have another bridge to be able to, well, that, to me, good luck to y'all. Good luck to y'all. Okay? Means I had to start putting money out there in the coin. And I was also doing electronium. When I first started, I mean, I didn't quite understand what was going on until did some research into electronium and realized electronium is a staking. At that time, it was staking our phones to mine to earn electronium. When I found it was a staking operation, I bailed on it too, because they were using my phone and tying up my phone for their. I mean, my phone was holding whatever blocks of data that they were holding for 7 days while it mined in the cloud. Yeah. When I found out what cloud mining was. Cloud mining is a staking operation hosted by a third party. So someone else is doing the mining. A host was hosting us, into the cloud and holding that, so somebody else can mine. We were getting rewarded just like if you were staked. Yes. And if you bailed or didn't fulfill your 7-day contract, you didn't get paid. Yeah, I lost a couple of them. I think I lost 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. And I don't think it was because I bailed, because I didn't start it in time. It wasn't that I bailed. It was I didn't start my next session in time, or let a day or something lapse, and I didn't get paid. Yeah, I lost a few 200 or 300 ETM. So I bailed on it too. And for me, and what I know this thing. No, I got too many other things going on to be having to worry about what's going on, you know. And once they're live and they're on the exchange and they're trading on the exchange, yeah, if you don't keep an eye on them, because they're volatile. They are volatile. And it doesn't take much to trigger the emotion. Okay? To get into a bull, or change the emotion and get into a bear. I mean, it changes quick. If you're not on top of it, most likely, I don't know. For me, I would probably lose my investment. I don't want to lose my investment. No. I'm okay with where I'm at. I don't have enough investment to invest to lose. So, and the time and the aggravation, yeah, no. Right now, I put all my money all my money and my time is in pie. Because how I read it and I believe it. how I read and believe pi, I don't need to know. If pi succeeds, which I'm hearing from everybody else that it should succeed. It's just they don't have they have today's value on it. That how exchanges figure today's value and how things. Okay, that's the value they have on pi right now. And everybody, all of the people in the space and traders and whatever. That's the number I'm hearing. At least he had it up to $1.66. It's better than 16 cents or a dime or 20 cents. Okay, you guys are all still way too low because you're figuring pi's value on the exchange, on the market. Yes, supply and demand, and I was impressed with James Mayo. He's pointed out some things that most people overlook or don't see about pi. Kudos. But I don't think he tied them all together yet. Because even though pi testnet blockchain is up and running, and pi wallets are being tested, the official pi blockchain is not running. We are still in beta, and will be until Core launches, or Core and the community launch Pi Phase 3. That's when the emulator, the faucet, whatever it is, it's an emulator. It's not a faucet, it's an emulator. It states it in the white paper. It's an emulator. Simulating us after 3 sessions and building a 5-person security circle as Pi miners. Okay, I know it goes back and forth about mining, and you have to put out all this power. And I just saw a rig, and I don't even remember where I saw it. Whether it was one of the social medias or I saw it on YouTube or something. A mining rig looked like I don't even know how to describe it. Looked like a video game, actually, like one of those, like a Disney ride or something that you get into, like virtual reality type machine. That's about how big it was. Yeah. It was all closed in, and and it looked like a portable. It looked like a portable air conditioner. The ones you keep in your house, the one, and on steroids. That's what it looked like. It looked like it was on steroids bad. Okay? I didn't bother to look at the price. But that's the only way to be competitive, mining POW. If you're not staying current with the technology, okay? And I think I saw another one where a guy put $100,000 into his mining rig and drawing enough electricity to power a small country. For me, I don't have that kind of money, and to get what few coins you're going to get, that I would get, competing with, for me, it's not worth my time, my aggravation, I got enough problems going on. So, but when I watch these videos, it's like, when you're missing the mark, putting out what you're putting out. But where my issue comes in is I've been in Pi long enough and around Pi long enough to know that the majority coming into Pi, even the crypto traders and people in the space, the majority of people in Pi don't understand Pi. They may not have even read anything on Pi. They just came in with their expectation of being the next whatever, being the next Bitcoin, shooting to the moon, everybody driving Lambos. Okay? Yeah, I'm not saying when I first got here I didn't get I was in part of that. I mean, yeah. Okay? The honeymoon wore off quick. Yeah. The honeymoon wore off quick. Realizing what pi is. Yeah, it took me a few months to get angry, upset, pissed off. And I agree and understand 100% with everybody that is ragging on the white paper. For whatever reason. To me, it's all true too. Grammar sucks. But I'm not one who can complain about grammar, because if you've ever seen me write or had, yeah, I don't know punctuation, I don't know spelling, and it comes out the way it comes out. And if you don't like it, get over it. Yeah, I get boss and people jumping on my, when people jump on my grammar, my spelling, and my punctuation and all that, it's because they've lost the battle. Because they have no more ammunition, so they can come after my stuff. Yeah, like my ex-wife, man. So, no, I'm not going to take the time to go through and get it all perfectly correct and then post it. No, shit moves too fast. It moves too fast. Anyway, when you're not reading, and I mean they've pointed out kudos for core and stuff. The core smart, they got it going on. They're doing the right thing and they're going about it the right way. They're doing this for money. Okay? Now I know that's one camp, that's one side, and yes, I agree. I agree with those. I do, because core is smart. They have taken the time, and they've put pi together, and they put pi together for us, believe it or not. Okay, and only time will show and prove that that's what they've done. So, when people come out, and not putting a disclaimer on what they're putting out, because none of them are tied officially to core. Their information didn't come from core. It came from the same place we're getting it. I'm getting it. White paper, starting a session in the app, listening to people in the app, getting involved in some of the other Pi community, unofficial Pi communities on other social media. That's where it's all coming from. And what we know, what they know, what we know. See? And when Pi is not live. So to put something out or give information on or report on or whatever wording you want to use here, because you guys are polished and you look at it and you sound good and you know your stuff and people believe in trust. So without say, okay, it's my opinion, how I see it. What I'm putting out is not official, because most people will take it as official. Trust me, they come into Pioneer English, and when you tell somebody to search Google, that's bad information, buddy. That's bad info. No, don't search Google. Google is not an official Pi site, and Google has a lot of misinformation on it that people believe and come into chat. Yes. And when they get on when people start, you'll get a crowd in there that one hears it and they all jump on it. Yeah. And then now all of a sudden, because one heard it off of your video, search Google, found a value or price or whatever, and then comes into chat like they found the Holy Grail. Yes. Somebody brand new in Pi, doesn't have the foggiest idea of what is really going on, how long pi has been around. Pi is not alive. And they found a value on Google. And they come in and they post it. The value is incorrect and false information from a non-official pi site. Y'all need to stop posting it because it's false information. It's not good information. And it can get you muted in chat. By me, anyway. Yeah. I'll ask you once not to post it. And I'll tell you it's false information and not to post it. If you post it again, most likely you're going to get muted for posting bad information. That's how bad the information is. It's not. So. And directing somebody to that you're pointing them you're leading them in the wrong direction. You're leading them down the wrong avenue. And when you do that, I mean, mods have a hard enough time as it is with the influx of new people coming in, new pioneers coming in every day. And when you misdirect them to some unofficial site and they come up with some unofficial value and it's incorrect information, and everybody that does that takes time away from us doing what we need to help Pi move forward. And you. And them. We get stuck in the mud, man. We are stuck in the mud. The community should, we should be doing, anyway. And free, y'all need to stop saying free. Pi is not free money. Not free money. Mining, not free. Pi is not free. Yes, it does not cost anything to join. It does not cost anything to start a session. If you're in chat, helping or whatever, it does use data and it does use battery. But that's not where the work comes in. Okay. And I keep saying this over and over and over. I sound like a broken record. Pi Core Team launched Pi as a private project in beta. I mean, it launched brand new, nothing. Nothing. I mean, I know the app still has issues and it isn't. I mean, it hasn't done what it should be doing for a long time. I mean, yes. To me, Pi App Chat is a welcome center. If you get new pioneers in, get them started, get them running on a session, and hopefully can get them to get enough information out to them to where they can find the unofficial bigger community that's outside of Pi app. There are a lot. There's a few on Discord. WhatsApp has a list of them. Facebook, I'm sure there's a couple of. I know there's the oldest running unofficial group is on Facebook. So, and I know there's a couple of unofficial that have popped up. Telegram has a few. I mean, when we get a rush of new pioneers, usually between Telegram and WhatsApp, they ask about, put out your phone number, we'll create a group for Pi, so we can go talk about Pi and whatever. There's groups already out there, folks. There are groups. There are no. All the official Pi sites and pages are listed at the bottom of the drop-down menu. Those are Pi official. You will get official information off of them. You will core posts first in the app, in Pi app. Then it filters to their official sites. If you're on, you got to be on their page, following their deal to get the official information. If you start off into one of these other communities or other groups that are started up, just need to be sure what group you're in, and what, you know. If you're in an official group, okay, yeah, official. If you're in an unofficial group, the information, depending on how the group is set up and what you're allowed to do, you can hear just about anything. Okay? And see, I was here when the first Discord branched out from Pi App. There was Telegram, there was Facebook, there were other groups. I think there was WhatsApp at the same time. Okay? They were all unofficial. But when the original group broke, I don't want to say broke off of Pi because they didn't break off of Pi. They just moved out so Pi could get some breathing room. Well, somewhere along the line, some bad blood came up. Yeah. And now, I'm not saying that us on Discord didn't. We flooded the Pi app the same way everybody floods all the other social medias with invites to Discord. And I know that's where a misconception or misperception came from. It wasn't about trying to take anything away from Pi or Core or anything to do with the app. It was about, on this side, it was about relieving pressure on the app. Core couldn't keep up with the pressure that was on the app. That was the underlying motive. Guys who set up Discord, I wasn't the founder, but I went with them. I followed them the same night. Was to relieve the pressure on the app. Within 30 minutes, when everybody that was in at the time, we would get on there, we would shut the app down. Literally, not. No, you'd be in there and it'd go, pfft, and it'd be down. And we'd do it every night. Then it got so bad, and see that there's also the difference between the guys who were in now and the people who were in now and then. They saw something, they did something, they reacted to it, and they changed to it. And that's how the economies have started. And if you're expecting Core to come out and say, this is how we're going to start the economy, this is what we're going to do to start the economy, this is how we're going to go about doing it, no, they're not going to do it. I would venture to guess they're not going to do it. Because community is on us. Believe it or not. They're doing their deal. They're writing the protocol. They're putting the product together. They're getting everything. They're getting behind the curtain ready. And yes, now some other circumstances have come up that were stuck. But anyway, when Discord started, we had to clarify that Discord was unofficial. Members of Discord, at that time when it was members of Discord, if anybody posted a Discord link in any of the apps, in any of the rooms, and did not have an unofficial Discord on, we would get muted. They would get muted. And I don't know where all that went by the wayside, but it did. It did. I don't know why Core targeted this group as they did, but they did. So, but people come in now and it is what it is. Okay, they don't have to clarify whether it's official or unofficial or whatever it is. But in my opinion, it should still be. If it's not from the Pi app and Core hasn't put their stamp on it, it's all unofficial. All the YouTube channels, all of the other social media, everything is all unofficial. Now, like Wes, when Wallace were rolling out, he was on the homepage of Pi app. That video was, to me, that video is official. It was on the Pi app, on the homepage. Okay? So, and like people, but unless you were here and saw it and knew what it was, okay, you wouldn't know. I mean, now it's still out on YouTube today, but it isn't on homepage. You know, that's what I'm saying. And I feel I'm new to this. I'm new to this part of it. That we have a responsibility to give pioneers in pie the most current, accurate, up-to-date, correct info about pie. And I know I've missed the mark on some. I've been the first one to admit it. And I've learned a lot by discussing with others that know a little more, okay? But they also are going off what they think they know. And yes, hopefully it was a learning experience for both of us. But what they were basing their opinion on wasn't 100%. And what I was basing my opinion on, I didn't have enough information. But the information I had was closer to what Pi had than what they had. Like, example, I went round and round with a person, one or two people actually, about stellar. Core references stellar. Okay. Because that is what they've used to base Pi off of. Okay. Where it begins to change and get cloudier, where things I think get a little confused. The person that I was discussing with said Pi is stellar. No, Pi is not stellar. Stellar is stellar. XRP is XRP. Pi is Pi. What core, and because I did my own research, okay, and I got it directly from the source. Okay. The man writing the program himself, I got it from. Yeah. That what Pi is and what Pi has used. What they have used is the consensus protocol for running the nodes to run the blockchain. That's part of Stellar that they've adapted or used to start with, and then have built and then added onto and everything else that makes Pi. And there are a lot of holes left open in the white paper as far as pre-minted, pre-mined, and minted. Pre-mined at the start, minted new every day. Well, it took me a little bit. Somehow, some way, Core, in their process, in their writing of the Pi protocol, have found a way to do both. I don't know how. I have no idea. But if it says pre-minted, and everybody, Stellar is, they pre-mint all their coins right at both XRP and Stellar did, right at the beginning. But it also states that we get, as Pi miners, newly minted coin every day. Okay. Well, that tells me that somewhere, somehow, there's coin that's just going to keep coming. That mining, Pi mining, it's different. So the differences they have to be looked at as well. Now, I do agree with Wes, I believe it was, that said, yeah, he's not into projects. He doesn't like projects that pre-mint all their coins right at the start. I don't blame him. I agree with him. Unless. I have an unless. Because right now, all of the projects that pre-mint their coins at the start, in the Genesis block, at the start of their official blockchain, go into a trust or they go somewhere where the founders or creators of that project have access to it. That's the issue. Not that they're all sitting somewhere. It's who has access to it. Because a supply that big is centralized. I will be the first one to admit that is a concentration of wealth and a point of centralization that'll could kill any project. Because whoever's controlling that account can influence the price. That's a no-no. That's a no-no in my book. Okay. Now, for me, if all of pi is pre-minted, pre-mined, pre-minted, whatever. When Core writes the Genesis block, they're going to put whatever number in for the total amount of pi. They're going to put, that's where it's going to come off. It's going to come off because that's part of protocol. But now I'm thinking coming Yodi. When we submit our information to Yodi encodes it, encrypts it, and puts it into like a burn wallet where no one has access to it. Now if Pi is putting all of that coin into what would be considered a burn wallet, no human entity has any access to it, can get to it. None. Nobody can get to that supply of coin. And if it's all, because for me, if it's all handled by the protocol, and the protocol is the only one that has access, or the only thing that has access, only one. Let's make it sound human. AI. If the protocol is the only thing that has access to that wallet, there's no issue. There's no issue if it's only the protocol that can do it. It can get into it, pull coins out it needs for the day, and that's it. There is no issue there. Because it is still decentralized. Even though there's a massive pool of pi, no human entity can get to it because the protocol is not going to influence price. It's not going to dump coins on the market. It's not going to pull coins back. It's a protocol. It's going to do whatever the way is written. Once a day, it's going to go in and pull out X amount of coins. Sometimes that's cool to me. Okay? Because Pi is looking to be a 100% decentralized project. From nodes to currency to ledger, distribution of the coin every day to keep it decentralized. Yeah. Yes. Core. Yes. So, because I disagree with a lot of what the people that are looking at Pi only in the market, or looking at it only from the market perspective. Only that it's going to trade on the exchange, and that's where its value is going to come from, is on the exchange. Or not even from the exchanges. The exchanges figure what the value or price is on a continual basis, based on volume of trades, volume of coin moved. Do I really trust them? No, I don't really trust them. Yeah. Especially in crypto. Yeah, especially in crypto. Okay. It's digital, ones and zeros. And who's keeping track of those ones and zeros? It ain't the exchanges. Yeah, they're putting numbers in the computer, what they're seeing, and they're going on buys and sells. But Pi is a peer-to-peer marketplace. Now, do those exchanges take those transactions into consideration in their volume of trading? Probably not. Because they're only going by what they're trading on the exchange. It's kind of skewing the numbers. because it's not getting all the numbers. And I've said this before too. We've traded a new system. I'd say sold out of a new system to get it into the old system. Yeah, that is. Well, crypto. What I'm learning, because I'm like I say, what I'm learning, what crypto is and was designed for, isn't what it's doing today. No. Because it's been forced up on the exchange. It lives up on the exchange. It trades on the exchange. That's where all of the stuff happens, is on an exchange somewhere. I mean, there are little pockets here and there that, accept Pi or take Pi, accept Bitcoin or take Bitcoin, or take this coin or that coin or whatever. And I hear people in Pi, well, we've got to launch because we're missing the window, we're missing the opportunity, we're missing the. No, we're not really. We're not really. Because I don't know how many have been salesmen, door-to-door salesmen, and I really haven't. I mean, I did some growing up or whatever, and then, some magazines and newspapers and whatever. Okay. Sales is tough. Sales on new technology is tough. Getting your foot in the door with new technology into an old place is tough. It's tough. You have to have a pitch, man. You have to be able to sell whatever you're pitching to who, even if they don't want it, you're going to get them to buy it. That's the kind of sales goes on that has. Okay. Well, long time. I mean, not too long ago, but a while back, I saw a commercial for Electronium that it was accepted in this place and that place, and there's more places that are accepting it. And I went in by, and we brought it up and we started talking. Oh no, it's bad. No, it's not bad. No, even Bitcoin being accepted in all these different places is not bad. It's good. It's good for the coins. And it's good for Pi. It really is. Because they've had to beat down the bushes and beat the doors and kick the doors in and grovel, cry, make deals, whatever it is, to get accepted in there. Once some place is accepted one, being 2 or 3, being added to their list is easy. If you have a product that you can show that is doing better than what you already have. And Pi is. Pi will be. Just by the amount of coin. Pi will be stable. And that's one of the big keys in crypto. To keep it stable, you have to peg it to something. Pi's not pegged to anything. Doesn't need to be pegged to anything. It's got a supply big enough around the world that nobody can influence it. Creates stability. Well, when you create stability, you start to create a little bit of trust, and the people will try. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll see what happens. And the more it gets used, the more usability it has, the more trust it has. And once it's trusted, game over, man. Once a crypto is trusted, and it's proven itself, shown itself, that you can go in anywhere, swipe the card, and your transaction is done, recorded, and you're on your way. Okay. Anything working on POW right now is pretty much too slow for business in today's world. You take 8 to 10 minutes or 7 to 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes to process a transaction. And there's a chance it may not. Or there's a fork, and And there's a whole lot of cons to proof of work in today's society, in today's business world. I know a lot of you don't remember the first computers, the first cell phones, the first thing. Where are they today? Where are they today? Who knows? Hey, you don't hear anybody talk about Commodore 64 or that brick that you use to talk while you're, that was first technology. Antiquated, slow for today's business world, today's society. I mean, I can remember the first dial-up. It took hours to download whatever, and it came out, new technology, whatever. Got used to it real quick, and then complained because it was too slow. Well, now you push a button and it's there. 10 minutes is too slow, and the volume that it needs to be isn't there. None of the cryptos can scale up as demand scales up. I don't think. I mean, there may be a few who are big enough to go. Pi can only put out X amount of blocks a day, like 144, I think is what it is, blocks a day that it can produce. 144 blocks a day, 504,000 transactions in a day. It ain't a lot of transactions, man. Not on the scale of a global economy. Now, on the other hand, Pi's blockchain is okay. They're using they're using stellar consensus to run the nodes and to build the blockchain. That is a proven platform, proven protocol. Yeah. And Pi can, I think it's like 26,000 transactions a day, or 26,000 blocks a day, because it comes out to about 75 million transactions a day that Pi can process. And Core in Pi protocol has already foreseen if there's an issue getting close to that point, that the bottleneck will occur and will slow things down. They've written into already to deal with that issue. So Pi has time not lose a transaction, but has time to do whatever it's got to do and get caught back up. So now, I knew it then, but it makes sense now. Why Pi is Pi. So you gotta, and I know everybody's busy and you're doing a lot of things and you're doing, I understand that, and I understand I've devoted mine where I am, and I understand, I do. But you just need to look a little deeper, dig a little deeper, and maybe come in with unfiltered eyes. That's all. That's all. Just be sure to be correct. That's all. And that goes for any project that you're in or anybody's in. Just whatever information you're putting out, be sure it's correct for what you're putting out. That's all. That's all. I mean, I'm sure I get called or whatever on mine if I miss the mark or if I'm off. And I know the majority don't believe what I'm saying. They think I'm crazy. They think I don't know the space. I don't have wallets. I don't do this. I don't do that. Yeah, I've been accused. I mean, somebody's brought it up somewhere along the line. I'm not saying anything that can't be found written from Core. Now, like I say, there are a lot of holes and a lot of gaps and a lot of left out information in the white paper, and we won't. It took me a long time to read the questions I have and the answers I'm looking for, and will come out in phase 3. All the holes, because the way it's, once core is written at a Genesis block, by starting pi blockchain, it becomes decentralized. The way things are will be totally decentralized. No concentration in nodes, no concentration in wealth. Ledgers distributed. Pi per day is distributed as evenly as they can around the world per day. Keeps that concentration of wealth from happening. 100% decentralized. Yeah. To me, that they can lay once Pi's life, that claim is theirs. I don't believe there's any other project out there that can claim 100% totally decentralized in their whole entire project and the community. I don't think so. Then, yeah, transparency. Well, once they write that Genesis block, all of the Pi currency will be accounted for. It's there. It's got to be, the ledger's there. It's there. Now, the money or whatever it is, the actual cash money that the project needs, there should be, it shouldn't, right now, we don't need to see the books. There's no reason for us to see the books. But as soon as they write that Genesis block, what books they have should transfer right open, and that cover should open up, and we should be able to look through them books. And of course, pretty smart. I don't think they're going to do anything to put themselves in jeopardy now that can be looked at later. Makes no sense. If you're embezzling now, and you know that it's going to go transparent, you can't cover it up. You can hide it, and you can fix books, and you can do whatever. But it will come out in the wash. It will come out in the end. Because somewhere numbers aren't going to add up, and they're not going to line up, and they're going to go, and then somebody's going to ask what's going on, what it is. Yeah. And the core, they don't think that way, man. They don't think that way. Now, they may be, I've talked to somebody, well, they may be, doing this and doing that and whatever, and they may have done it in the past. Well, so what? So what? What are they doing now? It isn't what they've done in the past. What are they doing now? Oh, I can't trust them because of this and that and whatever. Well, if they're on the up and up now, doesn't matter what they did in their past. We all got a past. Some good, some bad. We all got a past. What are we doing now? And right now, as cutthroat as the crypto industry is, and as much animosity or as much whatever between people, between organizations, Stellar and XRP, Coronado and Ethereum, the founders broke away from each other because there were issues. And I think Coronado and Ethereum, I think they went to court over patent rights or copyright rights because Coronado was, I don't know what, there was, and the same tension was between Ripple and Stellar and probably other projects. People in the crypto world that are coming up with new projects and creating new projects and designing new projects, if somebody has something better than they have, they'll steal it in a heartbeat. If you don't think they do, okay. And why do you want it open source so bad? So you can get in there and play with it. Yeah. That's all. You guys want to go in there and take a look at it and play with it. Oh, Core is still writing it. They don't want you messing around in their. They don't want you messing around in their program. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Now, once that the protocol starts going, once the protocol's up and running, Pi's up and running and live, it will be open sourced. Once it is completed, stamped, finished. To make changes, I don't know how easy it is once the crypto is up and running, pumping stuff out, doing what it's supposed to do, and the program's going doing this thing. You make a major change, you probably have to shut the protocol down to do it. Well, you guys can't get in and shut things down just because you want to. Yeah, there will be more to making changes to the program or whatever. Okay? And Core is going to sign off and step back, but I don't think they're totally leaving. They'll be here to. It's their project, their baby. They're not going to cut it loose real quick. But see, all of this is going on. We need to come together. And I'm going to speak for me. I understand it's in development. I understand it's developing. I understand it's cores. I understand I need to start a session every day. They don't need my help. They don't want my help in what they're doing. When they come out and ask something or whatever it is, that's when they want our help. That's when they need our help. And when a job was given, I've been both an employee and like a lead man, and had to delegate responsibilities and tasks and jobs. Okay. If I know we're working on, I worked on a team. I worked a team of, I think it was 8 or 10 guys. And when something needed to be done, or it had to be done, or higher up said, "Hey, we got to take care of this and do this and do that." Well, if it came down, either the time my lead man, he put it in, we'd do it. Or when it come down to me, then I'd have to delegate the task to somebody. Well, if you're delegated a task to do and a responsibility to do it and these are the guidelines that you need to stay within to do it. Okay, how you do it, but you need to stay inside these guidelines. You don't do what you're supposed to do and you go outside the guidelines, and I'm not going to give you another job. No, why would I do that? That was because, and that's what happened. Core delegated our job to us, to part of the community. We blew it. That we have a job to do. We had a job to do. Right? Yes. Pi is not free money. It means we have to work for it. Now, if you're just in pushing a button, going out, pushing in, going out, that's a good task for you. It really is. Just keep doing that. Mm-hmm. I respect you more than I respect some of the others, because you're aware of what's going on. You know what's going on, and you're just going to reap the benefits when we get to the other side. I don't know why people that are toxic, negative, and just have to tear things apart are doing what they're doing. It makes no sense. To me, it makes no sense. If you're here just because it's crypto and we're going to see what's going to happen, it's crypto. Anything could happen. It could be, okay, That's why I'm here. That's the only reason I'm here. Okay? Push the button, and go about your business. Push the button and go about your business. Because there's no need for you to be in here being toxic, negative, non-supportive, ragging on everything, pulling everything down every chance you get. What purpose does it serve? To make people aware. To make people aware. You know, the people that are aware are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And the people that are aware, trying to help new people understand and get where they're supposed to be, get frustrated. Bad. Some of us get angry. Often. Why? Because every time we have to take our attention away from teaching new pioneers, getting the right information to new pioneers, and we have to take it off, our focus off of them and get them and try to get pie moving, and have to stop and turn around and deal with the negative, false information, incorrect information, and sometimes spend time. Well, some of it I can expect from a newcomer, a newbie, but I don't expect it from both sides. There's no reason. Because by now, my opinion, my feeling, my whatever, we're coming up on March. It's first quarter. 3, 6, 9. That's 9 months left. We've burned off the first quarter already. Well, it's quarter. They haven't rolled this head. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's not core. Core's doing what they're doing. And they're doing it at their speed. Their speed isn't our speed or my speed or your speed. They have their own schedule, own timeline, okay? I'm sure they've had to adjust it more than once because of where and what we haven't done. Anyway, I don't know how to. When you're putting out exchange values and you're saying what it's going to do on the exchange, and you're telling people that this is what it's going to do and this is how it's going to act, and I'm going to sell, and I'm going to hold, and I'm going to okay. That's supportive and understandable in the world you live in the world you deal with, the world you have dealt with. But it's not pie. Yes, it is. That's how it's going to be. No, it's not. Because for everything you're saying, the lowest economy out there, unofficial economy out there, that is using pie as a means of exchange to buy goods and services from other people, the lowest is $10 a pie in tradable value, purchasing power. $10 is the lowest. So, why? It makes no sense. Why you would go from what people are... people are already doing it. They're using it. They have transactions to back it up. Yeah, they're not a lot. Well, yeah, no wonder why. Because we haven't been able to get in and help. But there are transactions supporting what they're doing. And the highest community out there is $100 a pie. Tradable value for goods and services. And it's happening. And I know they got to be coming up on 1,500 transactions, if not over right now. Every day they're making transactions with pie at $100 a pie. And yes, there's blocking and whatever, but people are accepting it. All you traders, take one thing into account. When you say pie value cannot be that high, it isn't up to you or the exchanges for the pie value to be that high. what support or what for pi value to be that high means the person that has something for sale is willing to sell it for that high. Yeah. They're willing to take the price of whatever they have on their item and take it down to a fraction or fractional item. Because unless their item is over $100, it's going to go to fractional. It's going fractional. So these people that are willing to take pi at $100 a pi are going on the other side of the decimal point. The ones, if they're willing to accept it, and they will accept pi at that value, and I'm willing to give pi at that value, and I give them the pi, they give me the item. That's pi value. I know it needs more transactions, more things to support it, more. There's got to be more to it that supports it, and all that. No, I understand all that. But if I give, on a whatever item, $50 item, if I give you 0.55, and you take 0.55, and I take what you give me, and we go about our happy way, that's pi value. Mm-hmm. That's how, and that is how pi value would be set. Because everybody in pi has to use pi. Brand new pioneer coming in has to be able to use his pi within a short amount of time. And I'm not talking days, week. I'm talking, maybe a day. They come in, they get signed up, they get organized, do whatever, they start mining, and within 24 hours they have a handful of coins. They have to be able to use those handful of coins. That between the store owners and the last pioneers coming in pi, that's what's going to set pi value. Mm-hmm. What's going to support it, make it strong, is us doing it at that value. Don't worry about what's going on the outside. Doesn't matter. What's going on the outside doesn't matter. Because what's going on the outside, or what's good, people pushed up against the glass, pushed up the glass, watching what's going on inside pi. Drooling. I don't know, it's out there. Once we're up and established and whatever. But in the initial, we're moving pi. And people are trying to understand how come we're not going outside. Think about it. If we don't go outside, people are going to wonder why we're not going outside. I mean, with all the stuff that's going on in pi and all the stuff that's been said about pi and all the stuff, okay, pi launches and it doesn't go outside, go to the exchange, people are going to start wondering, wait, what's up? No, it didn't. Something's not right. What's up? And then they really start looking at pi, and we're moving and trading pi. The core's already done. I mean, the core's done. It creates automatic demand. Yeah. We don't have to create demand. It's already there. All we have to do is our job to make it be there. And that our job is moving pi. Okay? That's where the difference is between currency and money. Using money and using something to trade for other money. Yeah. Like any crypto out now that lives on exchange. And I don't want to I hate using Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is, that's the one. It is the first. Buying power, purchasing power, places to buy and stuff, there are not a lot of. So there's not a lot of movement. Yes, I know, it's out on the dark web, and okay, I understand that. That's where its economy is, not up here. It's down there. But do the exchanges here take the transactions down here into account in what they're doing? I don't think so. Just personally, who's going to give the dark web is going to give up their numbers to an exchange that's controlled by the feds. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, that's not what the dark web is for. So information can come up and freely given to the government. No. I mean, I think I either read an article or watched a video that a guy, had Bitcoin. And I don't know whether he must have been doing something illegal. And the police caught up with him. And the article was about the police were pressuring this guy to give up his wallet keys. And he was like, no way, man. Ain't happening. That's the power of crypto. It doesn't have to live on the dark web to do it. But those numbers aren't the same. I mean, those numbers aren't the other two. So, the exchange isn't going to value pi. I mean, it will value pi. It'll value pi on whatever market it has. But when its value doesn't match what we're using, because the more it's used, the more it's trusted. The more it's trusted, the more it's used. And it just snowballs on itself. And you take a small pocket, like myself, you take a small community and a small economy, and they're moving it. They're making it happen. And you take an economy that's not quite... Okay? You got disease coming out, and you got shaking baths and whatever. People start seeing, well, there are a few things that could happen. One, they raise their price, raise their value, and start making transactions, start building their economy, making it strong, making it grow. Or people from this economy will start to drift where they're going to find the best deal, best value, and get the most for their buck or their bang or their pie or whatever. That's where they're going to go. That's what people do. Well, unless you're of the 1%, then you just take whatever comes along because you got whatever to pay. Me, I'm going to the best deal. I mean, Walmart, Dollar Store, Family Dollar, all of those places didn't open up because they opened up because that's where we're finding the best deal. And I'm not saying there's going to be Dollar Store, but you're going to go where you get the most for your dollar. Costco, all those. That's good business. Why am I going to pay more? I mean, if everything is the same, the quality is the same, the service is the same, if all of that is the same, why would I stay where there's not a lot going on when I got more going on over here? They have more going on. There's more being offered. That's where I'm going. Now, if I happen to find a good deal over there, I'll be back. That's freedom of choice. That's freedom to go where we want, to shop, to get what we want, when we want, and get the best deal. That's an economy. That's an economy. And it takes, if you just think about your town, your city, your state, whatever it is, I try to keep it on my town, what all entails or is incurred in my town that drives that town's economy. All these shops that are going on, all these businesses and whatever. I mean, down Main Street, there's nothing but basically it's all shops. There's Taco Bell and Jack in the Box and McDonald's and some mom and pop places and Big Lots and a couple of different grocery stores and people on the corner with a change cup and I'll work for food. Drug deals happening in the back. That's all. I know it's shady and all that stuff, but it's all part of the economy. It's probably going to happen. It's going. I mean, that makes up the economy. That makes Now I'm not condoning. Okay. Now, yes, it should get real. Get real. 100 million people around the world. But all of that makes up the economy. What sellers are accepting, what buyers are willing to pay, and transactions happening. That was our job. That is our job. Okay. Once we get that going, then we start proving Pi blockchain. Proving that it can run. It can pump out blocks. Transactions are being recorded. And we can walk into any store, anywhere, okay? The guy with a credit card, you with a Pi card, our phone. We hit the register at the same time, groceries. We both do our thing at the same time. We're walking out at the same time. Somebody using Bitcoin, still at the register. That's as fast as the eye can see. As fast as we can swipe our phone, put up a QR code or whatever, however it's going to work, and bag up whatever we're going to get. We're done. And the big difference is the guy that went in with his card is walking out with debt because he's still going to have to pay for what he purchased. He's still going to have to pay. Crypto, Pi, we're walking out free and clear. We don't own no debt. Yeah. Crypto is a cash system. Cash in, cash out. So when we walk out of the store, I still got the same peace of mind I had when I walked in. Depending on how much he overspent, he's going to, oh no. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, what am I going to do? Yeah, he's going to walk home with a headache. Because he knows that bill's going to be coming in about 30 days. Unless he's shorted it, it'll be in 2 weeks. Yeah. Anyway, man, I've gone long again. I always go long. Being positive, being supportive, I know the blockchain will support what value we give it. It will. It will. That's what it's built and designed for. And when people see the blockchain go, and it has to prove itself, and it's going to take some time to prove itself. There's anything brand new out of the box coming out takes time to prove itself. I mean, yes, I'm hoping that when you get something new, you open the box, you plug it in, and it works and it does what it's supposed to. Yeah, I mean, I love that. But there are times that you plug it in and, oh shit, I gotta take it back. Okay. Well, our job isn't about taking it back, it's about fixing it and making it work and helping do what we gotta do to get it up and running. That's our job. And what will hold all of this together, besides the community coming together and working together and doing, are the dApps. The dApps are, or will be, one of the pillars of the foundation of Pi. We need dApps. We need as many dApps as that can be built on Pi. That is, man, that's the cement, the glue, that binds it all together. Because if we have an app of 25, 30, I mean, it can, we're 13 million now. By the time we launch, we're probably going to be close to 20 million, I'm thinking. Maybe a little more. Well, 20 million people. You have to offer them something. Yeah. They have to have something to do. 20 million people with nothing to do, and a currency that, a currency that is useless. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? If I were coming in now, 13 million, and I looked around, and there's nothing for me to do. Okay, and I hear, yeah, we're earning it on account, or whatever it is. Okay, that I can comprehend. All right, now we go. Okay, Pi launched whatever day it launched, and please don't pick a day. Pick a Pi day. I don't care. Pick a Pi day. One of those 2 days. So Pi launches on a Pi day, and we're all in here and we're doing our thing and we're talking, but there's no place to go or nothing to do, or no games, no nothing, no shopping. Okay. and I'm brand new. I mean, only got a couple of coins. Well, if I got a couple of coins, but I can't. There's no place to use them. Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? I'm not. I'm out. I don't have to say anything about it. I'm out, man. That isn't what pie's about. That isn't what pie's about. Pie is about being an ecosystem and an economy unto itself. We should be, people are downplaying the $100. Why? It's not advantageous to you, to me, to not believe, shut this down, they're bad mouthing, doing it, so I can go trade on the exchange and lose $90.90. If you want to throw $90.90 away, throw it this way. I need it. I can use it. So could probably a lot of others. Why would you give up that value? Because you can't turn it into cash. It's not cash. It's not cash. Well, what are you doing with the cash that you get? Buying stuff. No, I'm going to put it in the bank. I'm going to hold it. That's one of the dumbest views I've ever heard. Okay? You're trading this for another currency so you can go buy stuff. Whether it's, I don't care how big it is or how small it is, it's because you're looking to go buy something. Well, I'm looking to my kids' education and their future, and getting ready for college and what you're buying into their future. You're spending money to ensure their future. You're buying something. But you've taken this and exchanged it for whatever currency you're going to do. And I mean, even giving up $9.90, $1.60, $10 is $8.40. Okay, so you've taken your pie and you sold for, I'm gonna say $1.64, and the economy is trading pie at $10. So you gave away $8.40. Well, pie doesn't offer, my kids' school and whatever. Yeah, I mean, right now, what's going to happen in 4 years? Who knows what's going to happen in 4 years? Even in 4 years, if you held on to pie and used pie and did what you were doing with pie, in 4 years, I'm sure that exchange is going to be up higher than what it is. When people say it's going to open, what it's going to open at. 4 years is going to be higher than that. So you're willing to give away that value now, that money now. Yeah, I know. It makes perfect sense to me. It makes perfect sense. Pie is designed to be used as the money. Where it's going to be 4 years after it launches, who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody knows where the world is going to be doing 4 years after pie launches. In the turmoil that things are now, who knows? We could all be gone in 4 years. Give one of these crazies some nukes. Give them to them. Just give them to them. See what happens. Let's see what happens. All right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The world right now is in a strange place, man. Season of change. It's not about what is, it's about what's possible. I'm out. Y'all have a good night. Later.